Hey everyone, it's Jeremy, and welcome back to turn 48, I think, of Pokemon Gold, where we are playing Cyanwood City. So let's jump into the turn. So as per normal, we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. We will skim through everything and then check back on things that we think are important. So we escaped with Irma using Cloud Trapeze in Viridian City. We didn't find anything in Wellred. We did find something in Augury, though this... Or in Windsog Forest with Augury, but this actually brings up an issue, because this is actually in Olivine City's lands, and I've been very lazy about my remote site searching. Basically, I've been remote site searching quite a bit of land for Olivine City, so I'm gonna try to be a little more focused on that and send my remote site searches in my own controlled areas. So after that, we did stream from Hades. Didn't get anything on No Malore, nothing on Apsu, nothing on Probing. We are getting unrest generated in Saffron City. And the sieging force has been beaten by our forces in Viridian City. We won! With surprisingly few losses. Oh, okay. That's why. Of course. Fucking... I cannot begin to tell you how frustrating it is to fight opponents that repeatedly refuse to give battle, right? This could have been a climactic battle. It honestly could have. But of course, why would Olivine City do that? Why would he have a climactic battle with me like that? Why, indeed? So we got hit in Vepetray. We attacked in Gnome Peaks and won. We attacked in Cavern Realm and won. We attacked in Great Dunes and won. We were attacked in Three Pine Grove and we were rebuffed. We were attacked in Hoburgdorf and we lost. We attacked in Woods of Weeping and won. We attacked in Lost Canyon Range, and we did win, though with quite a few casualties. This little group is probably going to have to go back to Cyanwood and resupply. We lost in Windsog Forest against a bunch of fortresses, which is... This stuff is just like, oof. Like, let's actually watch this real quick. Like, this is crazy how this shit happens. Like, and they just kill each other. They just kill each other. It's crazy. All right. Anyways, we got attacked in Giant Spine and lost. We attacked in Iron Peaks and won. We gained a little bit of gold. Very nice. We lost some population and gained some unrest. And we were attacked there, but we slaughtered them with our shield alakazams. We can storm in Violet City. We have started to destroy the gate in Lost Canyon Range. And we cured a bunch of afflictions and got some promotions. So... honestly, there's not really a battle that is super interesting. I was hoping Viridian City was going to be super interesting, but it's not. So we're kind of just going to jump into things, and we're going to take our normal approach, go to the Olivine City front, and really it's just, at this point it's starting to become kind of business as usual, right? We're raiding into lands or we're counter raiding into lands. So, we are actually pulling back Feral and Vano to attack in the Giant Spine and Three Pine Grove, just a counter raid. And we are pulling back Dulgod to Impassable Mountains, eventually to come back to Cyanwood City and resupply. Okay? But we're going to be jumping from Gnome Peaks over to Spire of Ascension, and we're doing this because we're kind of trying to chase this schoolgirl down. I'm hoping that these units continue into Violet City, and then we snipe the schoolgirl, but that might not be the case. We might be jumping onto a bunch of Steelixes that smash the crap out of us. We'll see, though. I do actually want to Well, actually, hold up. Let's see. What did they do this turn? So this is in Gnome Peak. So let's see what happened. We actually will watch a battle. So, what do they do? Okay. So they walk forward and fight some ladybuzz. I guess the Giraffarigs just aren't really doing much to them because they have such high magic resistance. These guys are supposed to have pretty long range attacks. Why aren't they just like beaming people down? Alright, that seems suspicious. that just seems suspicious. Alright, whatever. I'm still not gonna mess with them. I don't know that the Alakazams actually work the way that they're supposed to work. Okay, so we're also moving and attacking into World Pillar with Wigglia, and we're attacking into Trouble Bog with Falco. So what does this mean, right? Well, if we take a look at the score graphs, that gap, right, in provinces is widening. So we are overtaking Olivine City in provinces and in income. Our income is now the highest that it's ever been. It's cool. And so this is good news, right? We are slowly but surely, hopefully, sapping Olivine City's strength, which will hopefully give us the ability to really fight and win against Olivine. We know that he's still trolling around with a crap ton of Steelixes, though, so this victory is, I quote victory, right, is not really a victory yet. We still got to kill a whole bunch of shit before this is all said and done. But his economy is tanking, right? I say tanking. It's not really. Well, no, it's kind of tanking. Like it's getting hit pretty hard at this point. So we need to figure out what is going on there. Yeah. I'm so fucking scared of that I'm not going to be able to handle Pewter when it comes around to it, or handle Celadon when it comes around to it. Goodness gracious, because now Celadon's overtaken me in research, and Pewter is just starting to ramp up, which is real not good. Oh, goodness. Okay, enough about that. Onwards from the Olivine City front to the Saffron City front. So Saffron City front, we are making the kind of same overtures that we have been. We are moving Airborne around. We are moving and patrolling with Robodan, right? We're basically just trying to stay in this area so that we can control Saffron City. But we're also building a temple there. So the whole point of this is we want to build a temple in Saffron City because we want to hold the place. We want to hold the place because we want to get the Steelix champions. Yes. Very nice. Welcome to the middle of the film. I don't know why I suddenly started doing that voice. That fucking scene popped into my head. So we want to get Steelix champions because of the crazy Earth access. We're gonna try our best there. Probably so this turn we're building a temple. So Robodan's gonna move and patrol here on the off chance that he catches someone. But probably the next turn we're going to move back and patrol, and then we're probably just going to keep patrolling until we get Steelix champions up and moving, right? And the first Steelix champion is probably going to be a very quick get the fuck over to Cyanwood City and sit there for eternity. But the second one I'm probably going to gear out and say screw it. I've been thinking about it, and honestly, like, I'm getting literally every... Well, I don't know about literally. What is being thrown at me and what is going to be thrown at me is going to be heavy-handed and abusive in every instance that it can be. So, fuck it. I might as well just start preempting that shit. So what else is happening? In Omicria, we are moving our third golem over to Kunal. Again, we're doing this move and patrol. And we're actually doing that, so I'll jump now from Saffron City over to Viridian City. We'll take a look at Violet City in a second. But I'm jumping to Viridian City because we're also moving and patrolling to Kunal with these two golems as well. And we're patrolling on Kunal with Yazar. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm hoping that there is going to be the anticipation of, there were 5 golems here. I'm hoping that they stealthed into Ministra, and that they're going to try to hit Kunal. I'm hoping that he's just continually going to try to do what he's been doing, right? Is raid me a little bit here or there. But I'm trying to anticipate where he might show up and pop him, basically. Because that's the only way I can really try to hunt these Steelixes down. There's no other real option that I have, sans getting a stack like Yazar in every single fucking province, but he's gonna be able to see things, and then he can just isolate and attack people. It's like, this type of gameplay is really dumb. Like, it's one thing, I don't know. It's one thing to like elf someone, right? But the concept with elfing someone is that the elves are pretty good, and they can take low numbers of province defense. But if you throw anything substantial at them, they get got, right? If you throw any army at them, they get got. But these Steelixes are insane, so not only are they stealthing around, but they're also killing everything that you send against them, unless it's these very specific counters that I happen to have, right? So we're trying to just bait out, we're trying to guess, we're trying to get inside his head and see if we can't figure out where he might strike next. We're going to Kunal. We're counter raiding in all these different locations, counter raiding here, counter raiding there, etc. And we are recruiting a karateka. That's really what's happening in the Viridian City front. Everyone's going back to researching, entering sites, also entering sites. Yeah. In Violet City, we're storming the castle. That's pretty simple. Another reason why, by the way, we're attacking into Gnome Peaks is the off chance that things go horribly wrong here in Violet City, and that we need an out for Chuck. That might not actually work. We do have scarce hope wastes. I don't know, right? So we're just trying to be cautious with Chuck, but we can't be so cautious that we don't use him. He's strong. We need to use him. We're going to use him. Okay, moving onwards over into the Cyanwood City front. So in Griffin Rock, we're continuing to try to patrol things down, getting a little better, but this one wasn't a very good turn for patrolling. Yeah, it's whatever. In Impassable Mountains, we are actually recruiting some more black belts. These black belts are 100% intended to be sent to Cyanwood City to pick up the multitude of flyers that we are accumulating there. And we are, again, recruiting more Mareeps, okay? Not very many, but we're recruiting them. And we would have significantly more money, but we're spending 400 gold for a temple this turn in Saffron City. You know how it is. Okay, so we're also moving Zinville into Impassable Mountains. We're counter raiding into Hobergdorf, etc. In Cyanwood City itself, we're doing a couple of things, but nothing super unique this turn. Well, I say that we have a few things. We're mostly reforging or continuing to forge research items, though we are also getting back into a little bit of the Pokeball production. I want to start, again, getting, now that I feel like this is going a little more in my favor and I don't feel like I have to focus on it as much, I want to start getting the production of other units online, especially now that we're up to a university, right? 17 really experience per turn, gets to 90 real quick. So that's real nice. I want to take advantage of that. What are we doing that is unique this turn? Well, one thing is that we are casting Trade Wind, and we're actually casting Trade Wind with like 34 gems or something like that. It's pretty hefty, but the reason why we're doing that is because I don't want to have to keep recasting it, and I want to make sure that it's up for an extended period of time. So this is going to be a 20 turn cast of Trade Wind. And I kind of want to get it out there because by the time it comes off again, I feel like at that point, the air gems are probably going to be way more valuable for something else. Okay. And then the other thing we're doing is we're creating a Revenant. So we only had like 13 death gems or something like that. So we're actually creating a Revenant with 9 of our death gems. That Revenant is going to be a 1 death mage. Okay. 1 death mage lets us do Dark Knowledge for 4 death gems. We need to find 1 death site and keep it. And then we are paying for Dark Knowledge every turn. And that Dark Knowledge is going to site search the entire rest of our territory. Okay. After creating this Revenant, this particular Cocythiad is probably just going to sit and be a research bot for a little bit. But if we do start to generate a sizable death income off of the Dark Knowledges, then suddenly this Cocythiad can get a hammer, and she can make a Skull Staff. And then with that Skull Staff, she's a Death 4, which really actually doesn't do a crazy amount of stuff, except we already have a Ring of Sorcery, and Death 5 sure as shit does a couple of different things. So this Cocythiad is a way into some pretty substantial death magic for us. But we need the income first. So if we get the income, we can head down to things like I don't like things like the Deoxys quest and the Deoxys project, right? Those sound really interesting, but more realistically, we can hit Enchantment 8 for some Lichcraft, which would be pretty good. We can do is it nope. Wraith Lords, so we can do Conjuration 7, which actually we're already going to have Conjuration 7, so we'll already have Wraith Lords. And it is feasible, right, if we get decent income, it is feasible that we get up to the point to where we get Well of Misery. I don't know that that's really on the docket for us, but we are, I'm gonna say this, we are actually about to stop spending Earth Gems almost completely in the anticipation that in creating these Steelix champions, we have the chance to put up Earthblood Deepwell. Because if I put up Earthblood Deepwell, I think this game if I put it up and can keep it up, right? I think this game absolutely changes. Abso-fucking-lutely changes. I gotta be careful, though, because the game might change in the everyone tries to kill me way, which would be really bad. But would be pretty cool to have 28 Earth Gems per turn. It would be pretty nice. So we're making a play towards that, right? Like I said, it's going to be so next turn, right? We could start making one. Then it would be 2 turns after that before I would actually have one. And then even if I left it in Saffron City, that would be at least 3 turns. So we'd have at least 24 more. We wouldn't have nearly enough, but if we took it back to Cyanwood for safety, you know, that's probably another turn or 2. And then we get into this situation where it's like, okay. So now we have close to 80 stored up. Maybe we can sack a couple of other gems. We're actually got a whole bunch of, we're getting a good amount of Astral Pearls now. So basically this is something that I'm really looking forward to. we might be able to do some good stuff. And I'm saying all of this knowing that I'm still in a full-blown war with Olivine City that I really, really need to win. Otherwise, this is going to get very bad for me. Because as much fun as it is, as much fun as I like to joke, looking at Pewter City, he is massive. He is incredibly large. Look at his forts. Holy shit. Look at his income. Holy crap. He's got like 4K income. His gem income. It's obscene. His research is the only thing that's really bad, and it's starting to take off, which is really, really bad news for us. Fighting someone who has the lead in everything, and then that someone starts to take off in research, you know that's just like, that's the oh shit button, right? So, and we're not fighting them yet, and there's nothing to say that we necessarily even will be fighting them anytime soon, right? But, I'm pretty sure it's like this, which is terrifying. Just terrifying. I need like 3 times the amount of money that I have just to buy 50,000 scouts and send them everywhere. Because my scouting, I say this, right? The issue with my scouting is I'm not using it as scouting. My issue with scouting is I'm using them as fucking spies to instill uprisings. Oh, goodness gracious. So anyways, that's what's going on this turn. We are still trying to handle our magic items pretty well. We're still doing, we're absolutely, by the way, still doing our build-up of water bracelets and our build-up of swimmers. We're continuing to make swimmers. I want to get to the point to where I'm not making swimmers here, but I don't know that I have another option against Atlantis. So I'm kind of trying to just make do with what I have. What I will say this. I need to fort Debrithia. And if I fort Debrithia, I'm pretty sure you can make swimmers on any... Oh, maybe not. They might be cap only. We can check, right? Yeah, let's check. Swimmers can be recruited in overwater coastal forts. So if I set up a fort in Debrithia, then I could start recruiting swimmers there and start using the swimmer. And basically the idea is to build up a very big force of swimmers that are my counter to Atlantis. I don't know that that's theoretically probable or even really possible, but it might be my only hope. And I think water bracelets, especially 1 gem water bracelets, are going to be a very big factor in that. Because if we can get a bunch of 2 and 3 swimmers, that'll probably be the way for us to accomplish that. Anyways, so that is going to be it for the turn. I will see you all next time. Oof. Bye, everybody.